Right, yes now people, welcome back to James Redmond TV, and boys, I'm actually really excited about today. It's another edition of the Redmond's Reds, and today's guest, boys, right, I've got Callum, I have got Matt, and we have Team Kopish, boys. Welcome to the channel.
Let's do this. Thank you, brother.
Finally is it on the channel. We tried to do this last week, we couldn't quite do it, but now we made it happen. We've got it done. It's going to be good, man. Drifty is going to be joining us in a bit as well. Make sure as well, people, that you subscribe to Kopish. I'm not just saying this, and I just want to give you your moment of credit that you deserve, in my opinion. And I just want to say to you, boys, the content that you do and the vibe that you have with each other, it's genuinely boss to see. And you aren't even Scousers, but I know the love that you have for the club, and I know how much the club means to you and how much time you invest into the club, mate. So everyone, if you're looking for more Liverpool passionate content, then go over to Kopish, mate. And also, if you like ranting and arguments, that's
that is us.
Yeah,
that is us. I can't even lie.
Nah, I just want to say hello to everyone in the chat as well. Obviously, if you're here from the Kopish channel, welcome also. But boys, we have got quite a bit to get through today. Obviously, like I said, Drifty's joining us in a minute. First off, I want to talk about the game. Well, let me just break down what the show is going to be today. So, people, we're going to be breaking down the Ajax game and a few points that went on there. Obviously, through to the round of 16. Come on, you Reds. Also, we're going to be doing a Christmas wish list. So, 3 players, boys, that you are going to want to sign in January. Basically, 3 people. But there's a stipulation to it, which we'll explain when we get there. And furthermore, we've got a quiz to end the show. I'm excited because I feel like there could be some fireworks. Anyway, let's get in to the starting of the show. So, boys, Callum, I'll start with you. Massive win yesterday against Ajax. I'm sure we'll all agree. I think even Matt will echo that. Massive win. We're through to the round of 16. I just want to know from your point of view, what was your most standout points to take away from that game? Obviously, we played well, but furthermore, obviously, like we get a rest against Midtjylland as well. Players that played well. Everything that this means for the club right now. How huge of a win was that for Liverpool yesterday?
I think it's massive, and not just in the sense of we qualify from the group, a group that, in my opinion, was actually tricky when it came out of the pot. Ajax are not an easy team. Atalanta gave hell to teams last season in the Champions League. I think the victory yesterday will be such a morale boost because, again, if you look at the amount of injuries and the thing with the COVID situation, just everything that's been going against us as a club, to come away with a victory in that game in that manner, in the way we did it, was just phenomenal. And seeing the club just get together and Klopp, you got a massive, massive support to Klopp. I think he had a few bad decisions in the Brighton game, but he bounced back. And the decision to start Kelleher would have put everyone
mad.
Been like, whoa, what's he doing? Klopp's losing it. But it turned out to be a stroke of genius, and Kelleher looked excellent yesterday. Again, not going to go overboard. It's his first game. I just want the guy to be able to establish himself as a backup before we go crazy and pile too much pressure on him. But for him to throw him into a Champions League game that was of importance and him produce that performance, you've got to take your hat off to Kelleher and the manager.
Oh, mate, I couldn't agree with you more. Matt, obviously, we talk about the team sheet going into yesterday. Callum mentioned it briefly there about Kelleher starting and about how he really impressed us. And we will talk about Kelleher, believe me, because he deserves a segment on this show. But when we talk about the goalkeeper position, Alisson, I just wanted to ask you, Matt, first, because I brought it up on this channel a couple of months ago, and it was when Alisson got the injury. I think it was in training, and he had the clash. Now, that was another injury, but I can't let him off with that because it was a clash in training. It was nothing to do with like him. It wasn't like a pulled muscle or anything like that. But I still threw out there in the air an idea that, is Alisson injury prone? Now it comes back, Matt, to last night. Well, not last night, the night before last night. So the night before the game, rumours start coming out, Alisson's going to be missing it. People were saying COVID and stuff. Then it confirms that it was a hamstring, if I'm correct. It was a hamstring injury.
Yeah, hamstring, I believe, yeah.
So when that news comes out and there's no any add-on to that story, it's just a hamstring injury. I've got to ask the question, my mates, is the goalkeeper that we love so much, probably the best goalkeeper that we've had in the Premier League, is he injury prone in your opinion? And how serious is this for the club?
Do you know what? After yesterday, hearing the news that it's another hamstring injury, it did start to make me think, is he injury prone? And let's be real, I think whenever you pull your hamstring or you have some type of muscular injury, whether it's your thigh or something like that, there always comes that, that reoccurrence that it can happen, and it can happen a lot easier. Now, Alisson, when he was at Roma, didn't really pick up these injuries. Now, some people might say, is it Liverpool's training methods? But I don't think it is. I think if you look at some of the goalkeepers, I know we don't get like full access, but if you look at what they do, it's not that rigorous, when it comes to like running, sprinting and things like that. So I think it's just a bit unlucky. But at the same time, it does beg the question, is he injury prone? And I have to say at the moment, he could very well be. And that's because of, it's a hamstring, and hamstrings reoccur. And it's one of those ones where you think to yourself, it's something the club are going to have to keep an eye on. Now, all we can do really is just not rush him back and give him the required time. Because I don't know if you remember, when he done his shoulder, he came back a bit early and it was still a little bit of a risk, but he said he was fine. I think when it comes to this hamstring issue, we have to make sure 100% that he's fully over it. And if he needs extra time, we have to give it to him. We can't rush him back because we can't have another situation later on down the line where Ali does another hamstring and he's out for a longer period of time. So
nice. That's Matt. I can't stress enough how right you are there, because I think, I don't know if you agree with me, boys, and anyone can take the floor here, but Alisson, what he adds to that team, and I think we've realised it a lot recently as well. Like so the example, start of the season when we have Adrian in goal, Virgil van Dijk starting every game, but we're still conceding loads of goals. The 4-3 against Leeds, the 7-2 against Villa, loads of games where we concede, putting loads of goals in our net, and it was like, usually we're not this bad at defending, but we've still got Van Dijk there. Van Dijk then gets injured, unfortunately, and listen, mate, I'm not trying to take anything away from Van Dijk, best centre-back in the world without question. Not only that, when anyone loses a centre-back, it's a problem, but it's worse when it's us, because he is literally the pinnacle of what you want a centre-back to be. However, we saw when Alisson got back into that team that it's actually probably a lot more than just Van Dijk. And the way, when you have actually a world-class goalkeeper who is confident and good at everything, not just on the ball and as a physical goalkeeper, he's great at telling people what to do, direction. He's great at telling people to get in the right positions, in my opinion. I think he's just a true leader. Not that Van Dijk isn't, but it's just, there's another difference when you've got a little shaken up Adrian in the goal. And I'm not trying to, go on a thing about Adrian. He's just, you've got to look at him for what he is. On his best day, he's an average 100%. Goalkeeper. He's an average goalkeeper on his best day, do you know what I mean? So, what I'm leading up to, basically, I think, in my opinion, Alisson is quite injury prone, and it's unfortunate because he is the best keeper in the world. What I want to ask you is, what do we do about this? Because it's like now we haven't really even got a first choice and a second choice. It's like we've got an half first choice and another half first choice, and sometimes the second bit changes, do you know what I mean? That's the way it is for me, because we've got Alisson, in my opinion, best goalkeeper in the world, but he's not playing as much as we need our goalkeeper to be playing. Callum, I don't know what you think.
No, I echo that. And again, we spoke about this on our channel yesterday as well, because Drifty was like you, James. He sort of mentioned that the last time he got injured in training with the shoulder injury. And me and Matt were like, no, he's not injury prone. It's just a clash. But when you look back over, especially the last 2 seasons, he had the calf strain at the beginning of the 19-20 season. Then he came back. Then he got another injury just before the lockdown, which resulted in Adrian going in goal for the Atletico Madrid game, and we all know what happened in that game. Then he gets injured at the beginning of this season. Then he gets another injury. Now it's like, maybe he is a bit injury prone. And I think we've got to be honest, we might have to spend quite a good amount of money to go and get another goalkeeper who will deputise or compete with Alisson. Yeah, we've kind of got it, because he's very key to how we play.
No, do you know what? I didn't let you finish your sentence. You're right. When you say get another goalkeeper and spend a lot of money, I thought you meant to kind of
not to replace. No. No.
No. It's probably let you finish. It's probably let you finish, isn't it? You know what I'm like now? I was about to
no, I'd never said
No, you're right.
I just looked at you like, is this guy crazy?
Oh, did you see my face when he said we need to spend more money? And I was like, what?
What's in this apple juice, mate?
No,
I'm not gone that crazy yet. No, definitely not replacing Alisson.
No, you're right. We do need somebody. You see, like, for example, all right, here's a good example. All right, Man United, before they even got my guy back, they had Romero, I think Romero's good enough that if Romero plays, you're not scared, you're not worried. Yeah. Now, I would arguably say though, Man United are probably but they're the only team though in the because all right, Tottenham have Lloris and Joe Hart. Joe Hart is a little bit. Does he still have it? I don't know.
Yeah.
You look at Chelsea. They've got the new guy from Rennes, and they've got the backup Kepa. You know Kepa's not good enough, and they've got Caballero as well. So they've only got one. You look at Arsenal. They've just got Leno. They let rid of Martinez, and you've got who else is there? Man City.
There's probably a few. Liverpool have always been quite notoriously known for not having goalkeepers, though. Even not even a good first choice. Like there was one point where most teams' backup goalkeeper was better than our first choice. There was goalkeepers that were better than Mignolet.
Yeah, 100%.
And it's just like now we've got this one absolute gem that's Alisson. He's coming goal. He wins us games. He shows big moments that he's undeniable in terms of how good he is. But he just doesn't play enough. And then you're just thinking to yourself, like, even though we've sorted the first choice and that's sound now, we're still kind of just in the same predicament and we just can't get past it.
Yeah. I think Carol hit the nail on the head. We need to go out, I think, and spend a good amount of money and get someone to even be that second choice or even rival Alisson. Not necessarily like, I don't know. Actually, do you know what? Maybe rival it because do you want to know something? If we was to do the whole, let's just get another second choice goalkeeper and then not at a standard we believe in, we're going to have the same issue. So maybe we do need to get a goalkeeper that can at least just below his level. Because I'll ask you lot this year, since Adrian's been at the club, have you lot ever thought about, do you think Liverpool made the right decision and we should have maybe kept Karius? I want to ask you lot that, you know?
Matt,
I have to ask you, bro. I have to.
Nah, I think we did. In hindsight's a great thing. We can admit hindsight's a great thing. At the time, I felt like Karius is done. But hindsight, mate, it's like Adrian. I just don't know what it is about Adrian, but it's like every time he's in that net, he hasn't got confidence and he hasn't got the ability to live up to the performance. And recently that's been evident, and that's clearly now being shown when you think that Klopp has not put him in the 11 yesterday. So even though he's there sitting on the bench looking all sulky, it's like you've just got to understand you don't deserve to be in that position. And I don't know if deep down you want to be in that position. That's the way it comes across from Adrian. When you bring Loris Karius into the equation, yes, he made mistakes. Yes, he couldn't turn up in the big games. But we're talking about a goalkeeper who can fill in for what it's looking like, 13 to 15 games, maybe even 20 games a season. That's what it's looking like we need a goalkeeper for. And I'm not even sure if Karius is good enough to that. But when you're talking about the other option that we've got, which was Adrian until Kelleher.
Yeah, I was going to say, in reference to Adrian,
Yeah, it's like now we see Karius and it's just like he'd be brilliant, but he's not even starting for Union Berlin. He's got a 34.
Has he not even starting for them? Wow.
No.
He's
got a 34-year-old, if I'm not wrong. I swear.
Yeah.
Do you know what, James? Can we edit this out? And that's live, but we can go back and edit the tape, right? We can edit that surely. We'll take Karius out of the equation, bro. We'll take that out, bro.
Yeah. I'll tell you what with Karius, Matt. Karius and Adrian, it's like, would I rather get hit in the face by a prime Mike Tyson or prime Deontay Wilder? Either way, I'm going to sleep. It's just which one's going to send me to sleep sooner. It's like,
or I'll go one better. Yeah, hit by a prime Mike Tyson. Or do you want to be on the floor with Habib for like 10 minutes? 15 minutes. Pick your poison, innit? Like, bro.
Because either way, it's going to end bad.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. If we are choosing there, I am going for a little grapple with Khabib. Listen, he'll suffocate me to fuck, but I'm not taking a punch from Mike Tyson after seeing his performance. Are you mad?
Tyson, those body punches.
He's still got it. He's still got it.
Bro.
He's serious. No, he is serious, boys.
Such a scary man.
Oh, mate, how he's doing that at that age as well. Yeah, we've got Drifty as well. Let's hope that works. Yo, Drift.
What's up, bro? What's up, man?
Yes, welcome to the stream, everyone. Welcome, Drift. This is the one who always has most of the arguments. This is the one who causes most of the beefs. Just Matt, though, yeah. It's mad because Callum and Matt usually sometimes gang up against Drift. I don't think you purposely mean it. It's because you have the same opinion, yeah. And then
they do, James. They do.
Don't start already.
I'm not even trying to start nothing yet, but I'm just trying to offer to you. I'm there, and I'm like, fucking hell, lads, I've been trying to help Drift here because I actually agree with some of the things that he says, like the Alisson thing. I saw that, and I was like, in there, he doesn't like he's getting injured off things as well. But staying on the goalkeeper situation, do you know what, Drift? Since you've just come in, We'll
gonna be
ask
funny.
you. Yeah, lad, this is going to be sick. Right. So we're going to ask you about, because we were just talking about the goalkeeper's drift, and we were talking about, like, we mentioned about Kelleher, somehow he got up in the conversation. You can blame Matt for that. I just want to know what you think. Do you think after yesterday's performance with Kelleher, and boys, brainstorm this as well, do you think he's now good enough, or he's now eligible enough to be our new number 2? Or do you think we need to go out and do what Callum suggested and get a new goalkeeper that's either a backup that can fill in for these games that Alisson's missing? Or do we get a goalkeeper that could even rival Alisson for when he's fit?
I'd say we go get a backup.
Go get a backup.
Personally, I think Kelleher looked great yesterday. And as I said to the boys, I'm going to praise him for yesterday, because yesterday was a great performance from him. That last 20 minutes, he pulled off that amazing save. He came and claimed the ball from across in the 88th minute. He took the pressure off. So he did really well yesterday. But up until yesterday, I didn't think Kelleher was good enough. I can't let one game change my opinion on that. I need him to pull off at least maybe 3-4 more performances, but I can start to see, oh, do you know what? The bad performance was a one-off, not the good performance. And he's got a chance to do that between now and January. And if he can prove we don't need to get one, then fair play to him. Do you know what I mean? But if he has a bad game, say the next game, we'll have to look at it and go, he just had a good game against Ajax. He's one of those type of keepers. Because let's be honest, let's go back to Mignolet, for example. Mignolet had a lot of dodgy moments in him, but he also had a lot of brilliant moments in him. It was just the dodgy moments always let us down at times that were just really frustrating. You know what I mean? And if Kelleher's going to be like that, he'll make a good backup, but I would probably still say maybe get another one. But if he's going to go and be like an Adrian, for example, then obviously it's just straight up, get rid of him. It was a one-off game. Because even Adrian's had a good game before, do you know what I mean? So we'll have to see how it goes.
So you're not on the Kelleher choo-choo train yet?
He'll need to pull off a couple more performances, which he'll get a chance to because Ali's out for 2 weeks, right? So he'll get an opportunity now. If he has another blinder against Wolves, then he has a good game against Midtjylland. I'll be like, okay, do you know what? This kid is actually good. So
yeah, Callum and Matt are used kind of on the same wavelength there, because I think I can agree in the sense that, like, you know, I don't want to jump too fast on that, you know. Even though he did look like the Irish Iker Casillas in his prime yesterday, you drifties, right? Like goalkeepers do have one off. Get like fucking hell, Adrian won a trophy on his debut, so like his starting debut or whatever it was. And either way, it was one of his first games, and to win that game for us on penalties, it's like it could only go down from there. And it's pretty much the same with Kelleher. I just think like with Kelleher, the ceiling's a lot higher. But that being said, it's like he has had bad games before, and it's just there's pros and cons you can take from the whole situation. But moving into Curtis Jones, the boy, the other Scouser in our team, the new Scouser in our team with Trent being absent at the moment, getting a goal yesterday. Matt, talk to me, fella. Curtis Jones, is he the next big thing at Liverpool? Because mate,
100%. Listen, Curtis Jones, I'll be honest with you. When he was in the reserves, or shall I say the under 23s, at the beginning, I thought he looked good. Then I think it was his final season in the under 23s, and I thought, do you know what? He's made some serious strides. Obviously, he was captain, and I thought to myself, he's made some standout performances. Then he goes into the first team, and I said to myself, do you know what? I don't know whether this is a good or a bad move. The reason I say that is because I didn't know whether he was going to play. Because obviously at that time, you think of, we've got Thiago, we've got Henderson, we've got Fabinho, we've got Wijnaldum, obviously Ox, and we had Naby. Remember, this was the start of the season, so there were no injuries, right? But my word, he's taking his chance, bro. And when I say to you, I think, in my opinion, he's only probably had one substandard game, I would say. Maybe like the rest of when we played really badly, obviously against, what was it? Don't forget a good game. Yeah, Atalanta. That wasn't a good game for him. But other than that, though, he's just taking the game by the scruff of the neck, and he looks like he belongs. And that's the biggest compliment you can give to him, because he looks like he's a player that's been playing with us for years. I saw the dirty side of him against Leicester when he was chasing back and winning the ball back of Jamie Vardy. Yeah. I was like, you never would have saw that of Curtis Jones a couple of years ago, you know? You can tell he's looking at the others, and he's taking parts of their game, bringing it to his, and just like making it the full package. We've got a superstar in our hands. Just like how Man City, for example, have got Foden, Arsenal, I suppose, I mean, Arsenal ain't really got nothing, have they? But we'll give them Saka just for argument's sake. We'll give them Saka.
Yeah, Saka.
And obviously Man United, I would say they got Greenwood, but Curtis Jones is ours, bro, and he's here.
He's
to
ours,
stay, bro.
Oh, mate, like, and it's boss because Callum, when you talk about Curtis Jones, and you know what, Matt touched on it briefly there. Callum, I want to know your point of view. When you talk about Curtis Jones, I know he's only been getting more of the first team games this season, but it does seem like in terms of the young prospects, I'm not saying he's the best, but he doesn't get talked about as much as the others. And for his talent and for his confidence and for the fact that he's playing around, and I think this has a part to play, he's playing around a lot better players at a younger age. Like, mate, Steven Gerrard, who was he playing around at this age? Who does he have to learn off? Mate, Curtis Jones is looking at a Jordan Henderson in his prime. He's looking at a Gini Wijnaldum, serious. He's looking at a Thiago Champions League winner. Even just seeing these players, mate, it's just like, how come Curtis doesn't get as much recognition? And if you think it's too soon, then do you think he will start being realised a lot more sooner by other fans?
I'm probably one of the most biased people when it comes to Curtis Jones because I watch a lot of under-23s football. And I remember when he was playing for the under-18s with Gerrard, and Gerrard was the first to make him a captain in the youth ranks. And when he was playing for the under-18s, he was doing brilliant. And then he got moved up to the under-23s really early because I think he was only maybe 17 when he moved up to the under-23s. And in his first maybe 2 or 3 games, he looked really out of his depth. And you're thinking, yeah, he's playing against men now, but this will be good for his maturity and for him to grow. Within about a month or 2 of playing the under-23s, he started dominating games. And I was like, this guy's ridiculous. I think it was a Southampton game where he just ran the show. I think we beat Southampton 5-0. And I think he maybe set up 3 of the goals and he scored the 5th goal, which was just a stupidly good goal. But even in that game, he could have had 4 goals. I think he hit the post twice and had a couple shots go just past the post. And I was like, this boy's got something about him. He needs to be moved into the first team. He's too good for the under-23s. I think the problem we've got in terms of Curtis Jones, or the problem Curtis Jones is going to face, is he's playing with a lot better players. I think the only other team that Curtis Jones wouldn't get regular football for right now is probably Manchester City. You look at Arsenal, and again, I know people are going to be like going over the top. He gets regular game time for Arsenal. He gets regular game time for Man United. Yeah, he gets regular game time for Man United. Chelsea, maybe not so much, although Mason Mount's getting a good amount of game time. And I know people are going to say, again, I'm probably going over the top, but Curtis Jones, if he was to get the same amount of minutes as Mason Mount, I think he'd probably be just as productive, if not more productive. So I think the problem is for Curtis Jones is he's in the best team in the league. And because of that, and we're stacked in midfield as well. So he might find chances few and far between. So he's got to really pull a rabbit out of the hat if he's going to get recognised. But I think amongst Liverpool fans, we know we've got a real gem on our hands and a local as well. So it's a beautiful feeling to see him breaking through.
Yeah, and it's boss that you mentioned about his time in the under-23s and the under-18s, because that's something I wanted to touch on. And I don't watch the under-23s religiously. I don't watch every game. But one thing that I do is I keep an eye on them. And I think we can all agree on this. We have all known about Curtis Jones for a good minute now. Like we've all known who Curtis Jones is. We've all heard that he's a prospect, that he has something to offer. One day could be something serious. Now that's coming into fruition. Before we do carry on with this conversation, I just want to know from this comment here, facts, statements, receipts, and everything else that comes into question with this comment, please. I would appreciate all of that. Thank you very much, mate. Yeah, some stupid people in chats. I mean, I'm sure you've got it as well, boys.
What, we 5:30? It's a bit early to be drinking now, isn't it?
Yeah, for real, bro. Early, man.
Jeez, bit early. I know lockdown's over now, but geez, take it easy.
That's what it is, though, Carl. Lockdown's over, innit? You know what I mean? People are already out on the Henny, bro. On the Henny already.
That's it. Right, so before we move on to our Christmas wish list, I want to talk about Nico Williams, the other youngster who shined yesterday. We've talked about Kelleher, we've talked about Curtis Jones. I want to talk about Nico Williams, someone who's been getting so much stick. I don't know where your stance is on Nico Williams. I don't know. Me personally, I still don't think he's quite ready for the first team. However, I understand the only way he gets better is by giving him minutes. I also understand we're not in a position where we can loan him out and send him to another team because we kind of need him for ourselves right now, do you know what I mean? So I don't know what your position is, but based off of yesterday, do you think if you ever thought it was going and dying, do you think he's revived his Liverpool career? And do you think he can push forwards with this?
Yeah. I'm probably the biggest Nico admirer out of us lot at Kopish. I know a couple of people had their doubts more than I did. I then kind of came on the bandwagon a little bit in terms of I kind of started to believe that maybe he wasn't ready yet and maybe his confidence was a bit beaten up. But yesterday's game made me happier than anyone, because when you're defending a player, because you can tell that they're good and you can see there's reasons why they're underperforming, it's really frustrating when you kind of can't get other people to see it, or you kind of, in the moment, you look a bit stupid, but you know eventually the light will shine. I felt like this with Jordan Henderson for years, and you don't understand how happy I am now that everyone's had to shut them up, because they were grilling this guy for years. And I feel the same way with Nico. Will he become a Trent? I doubt it. Trent is a generational talent. Kind of redefine the position.
You're asking for a lot.
It's a very unfair comparison. Yeah. Comparing him to Trent is really, it's a little bit like Tsimikas. I really hope people don't start comparing him to the best left back in the world, because that's going to put too much pressure on Tsimikas. He's never going to be Robertson. Robertson is a sensational left back.
You help a player improve.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I feel like what yesterday did was, it didn't make Nico all of a sudden this elite right back where we don't need to worry at all. But what it did was it put a pause on everyone saying he's not good enough, get rid of him, what's going on? And kind of anyone who saw potential in him, now everyone's like, oh, okay, well, I kind of see what you saw a little bit. And I'm happy about that. I'm happy about that, because the kid has had way too much abuse. It's ridiculous.
Way too much. That's
way too much.
So true. The fact that he's being putting the levels in at the under-23s level, because that's one. Because every time I'd see like highlights, or I actually will watch like the odd game. I don't watch it religiously, like I said before, but I will see some things of the under-23s. And Nico Williams has been a name out of the under-23s for a while now, and he's someone that has a lot to offer. And even though he's had a few below par performances in the first team, bear in mind, one or two of them I don't think was as bad as people were making out. It's they weren't at all, mate. And it's just like, now it's great to see that he can come up, and people will give him respect for yesterday, but they won't even look into how actually good that performance was, in the sense that, mate, he's coming up against the Neres. Does people know how good Neres is? And the fact that even if he was coming up against Trent, like, that's a problem in itself. And he held his own.
To be honest, when you look at, like, we've mentioned Kelleher, obviously, Nico and Jones, those three youngsters are as good at the moment as anyone else's youngsters, maybe bar Foden. I'll say Foden is probably a lot further ahead in his development than most others. Plus, to get in the City team at the age he did proves he's clearly a talent, because he was getting in there when David Silva and those guys were still there. It's not like he's only just come through now. But if you take him away, I feel like our youngsters are right up there with all the other top youngsters that they're right. You know, Cal made a great point about Mason Mount. Mason Mount is a good player, but wasn't he getting grilled only a few weeks ago by the Chelsea fans saying Lampard's an idiot? What the hell's this guy still doing in the team? All this crap. So what, because he's pulled a couple good performances recently, everyone's going to say, oh, Mount's the best of the bunch. And no. Remember when you were on his back and you were saying he wasn't that good? And that was Chelsea fans who were saying that. Rio Ferdinand last night said Curtis Jones is the player everybody says, if you ask in the England under-21s, who's the best player in this team? Everybody, apparently, from his point of view, says Jones. 100% it's Jones. So I think we've got just a great crop of young players who, as Cal mentioned, are trying to get in the best team in the world. And even if you're getting in, and getting man of the match performances like Jones did yesterday, then that just goes to show you that eventually, under Klopp as well, all of these kids will be good enough. All of that, you know what I mean? Kelleher, I'm still like a little bit I've got to see. But when it comes to Nico, when it comes to Elliott, when it comes to Jones, I think these guys eventually, they'll be good enough. You just got to give them time.
I think we forget about that's a shout that, you know, Drift. Harvey Elliott is turning it up for Blackburn right now, boys.
He's going ham.
We've got so many
17
young prospects. 17. 17, bro. And it's like the work rate that these young players set themselves now, it is a different level. And and the thing is, I've spoke to Harvey Elliott a few times, and it's like I spoke to him a little bit before he like completed his move to Blackburn, and I just asked him like, lad, you're going to be able to get some minutes now in the Championship, you know what I mean? Like, that'll be massive for you. And it's like so many people were doubting him on social media and stuff like that, bro. He goes into there and he lights it up. He lights it up like it's no man's business, and that's our player, and he's going to come back into our team, and that will be a great option to have. And going forward, Curtis Jones, Nico Williams, the potential of these lot, like you said, Drift, Kelleher, there is still questions to be asked. We still need to see more. He's 22, which for a goalkeeper is a very long time still to develop and get better. And bear in mind, he's working with some of the best goalkeepers. But boys, I think we've summed up the game nicely there. We've talked about the youngsters. I mean, the only down thing I can really say about yesterday, can you imagine if the fans were there?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man.
That's not the same.
It's upsetting. I was looking through some pictures today. Ironically, you say that. And do you remember the Chelsea game, Matt, that we was at when Salah packed that rocket in the top corner?
Oh, yeah, of course.
I was looking at some pictures from that today, and I just thought, man, I miss those days, man.
Bro, those are the days, bro. The atmosphere. Just when you listen, for anyone that maybe hasn't been to Anfield, yeah. When you first because obviously the way we went there, obviously we got in the bus and whatnot when we that took us to the stadium. As soon as you get off that bus, yeah, I don't know what it is. It's like Anfield has this special air. Like as soon as you walk in, it just wants to just drag you inside. Everyone is there for the same reason. It's that same passion that we all have, and that's why we're all Liverpool fans. That's why people are watching now, because we all have that same burning desire. There's just something about Anfield that I can't explain, that like until you go there, you won't know what we're talking about. And like James, you already know, Callum, you already know, but just for people that haven't experienced it, hopefully whether it's next season or whenever it is, try if you can go to Anfield, because when I say starting from now, us fans make a massive difference to these players, you know. Don't think just because they get paid a certain amount of money a week that they don't care. Listen, we raise the level. We raise the roof. There's a reason why that when other teams come to Anfield, they're like I've never seen an atmosphere like that. I've never seen fans where they're singing for the whole game. The whole game, bro. It's mad.
It's true, though. It's so true. Like, and it's when you actually properly think about it. That's it. It sucks you in. It sucks you in so much, and you're so invested into everything that's going on in that stadium. And it's like, no matter what problems anyone has in that stadium, when you're in that 90 minutes of football, you're together. You're together. It's you against them, and that's a great feeling to have, man. And I can't wait for that to come back.
Hugging strangers is a crazy prospect to me, but it happens at Anfield. It's weird.
The only time that it's okay. The only time that it sounds is
It's the only time. It's so true, because you go hug a stranger in the street, they're either gonna punch you or be like, "Bruv, what the hell is wrong with you?" Yeah, especially, do you know what I'm saying? But you do that at Anfield when there's a game on, no one cares. When that goal goes in, bruv, we lose our everyone's probably already seen the videos. When Liverpool score, as every Liverpool fan would, your emotions just like it's like you come out of your body. I can't explain it to you. Like we just go mad. Like.
And the best part about it is watching the opposition shrink like balls in a cold breeze. Like, that's the best part about it. Because they can't take it. They can't take it. The opposition can't take it. It's clear as day. It's clear to see. Like, they can't handle what the atmosphere feels like. And there's actually players who play for us now that said, yeah, when I played in that atmosphere as an enemy, I thought I need to actually be on the right side of this crowd. And that's one of the reasons they came and signed for Liverpool. So it is what it is, man. Second to none.
Best fans in the world, without a doubt, 100%, man. 100%. So, boys, we will move into the Christmas wish list that we want. So, basically, I want you to choose 3 players that you want for Christmas, i.e. January. And there's a stipulation to it. I'll explain that in a second, and then we'll get into our quiz. So, the stipulation for the 3 players that you want, and you can have, well, it's not any 3 players, that's the thing. So you can have 1 free agent signing. So I've got a list of players, only a few. I haven't got every free agent, but I've got a list of players that you can choose from in case you can't quite think. So 1 free agent signing, one realistic signing, so someone that we've been linked with, someone that, so i.e. we haven't got many centre-backs, we could do with a centre-back, goalkeeper situation, whatever, right back, anything. So one realistic signing and then one dream signing. So bear in mind, we're talking about this January transfer window. So an Mbappe, for example, would be a dream signing. He wouldn't be a realistic signing or even a free agent, because he's not a free agent. So that's not a realistic signing to make in January. So we'll start off with Callum. I'm very interested to what you would choose. We'll start off with we'll go with the dream signing. We'll start off with the fun one. What would you go with, Callum? Who would you sign?
The dream signing for me would be Lautaro Martinez. I'm a big fan of his. I know everyone loves Mbappe, everyone loves Haaland. For me, Martinez is my type of player. I don't know what it is, but I'm drawn towards Martinez. And don't get me wrong, if we were to ever get Haaland or Mbappe, I'm not going to sit here and be sour grapes about it. I'm going to be over the moon. But Martinez, for me, in our current system, would be immense. And dare I say it, I think he'd probably fit us slightly better than the other two, even though he might not be the better player. Just my opinion, Matt. I think he may fit us better. Him playing as a 9/false 9, I think may suit us better than what Mbappe or Haaland would. Humble opinion.
I mean, my man says he respects it. I don't know. And Callum, you know I respect you, my mate. You know, bro, love you, lad, but...
You say is this my last time on the channel, innit, James?
No, you're mad. You're crazy. Listen,
James, you're just gonna call Matt and Drifty like, is Callum available? Yeah, no, don't worry, we'll do it next week.
Callum's just there on the stream. Yeah, I think he's just there. He just hasn't been added to the stream yet. Drifty and Matt's just there like, where's Callum? Just like, I don't know. Yeah, Matt, who would you choose as your dream signing and then my mate?
All right, so for me, it would be Mbappe. Now, I know that's the popular one, but here's the reason why. You look at the age, you look at what he's done so far, he's won a World Cup, and I think more importantly, it's the versatility, James. Remember, Mbappe can play on the right, he can play on the left, and he can play for the middle. I do like Martinez, though. I do love him, but I just think with Mbappe's explosiveness, you think about, all right, let me give you an example. Just think of a front three on one game where we could play Mbappe, I don't know, Jota and Mane. Or on another day, you could play Mbappe, Firmino and Jota. I'm telling you from now, if Liverpool was to ever get Mbappe, we wouldn't be... It would be game over. It would be game over. And I will say this. When this show's all said and done, me and Drifty are going to have to talk, because I don't know why Callum Pop Martin is there. I respect him.
But we need to say as well. We need to say, bro. Yeah, Callum, I acted like that. You just said the most ridiculous thing. Listen, back in 2017, I said a little quote, which at the time was very questionable. So I'm not trying to say that mad. Believe me.
I'm playing.
But like, I'm just trying to offer that, like, out of everyone, like, serious, he is serious.
Bro, Neymar.
Everyone.
No, not Neymar.
But you know what? No.
Neymar's
no, I know. But all jokes aside, I know why you picked Martinez. Martinez, when you think about, you see the whole false nine thing as well, Cal, because obviously at Inter he plays with Romelu Lukaku, but I've seen him play false nine and even run the channels and whatnot. So he's a quality player. If we was to ever sign him, don't get twisted, I'll be over the moon. But I'm just saying, me personally, I just would prefer Mbappe. And that's what I think, because he's a generational talent. When we talk about like generation, I was talking about Trent earlier. I think he's the one that really sticks out of all the dream signings that maybe you could think of. But again, I'm not discrediting Martinez. I think he's a sick player, but I personally would just go Mbappe.
He is serious, and you know what? Callum probably makes a point. Like, if he comes into this team, like, it probably works differently.
Look at Jota.
It's like we like no one. Everyone's like Jota, Jota. Like, is he even the best at Wolves? And then next thing you know, he comes into our team and he's been the standout man. It's crazy the way he's came in. Drift. Your dream signing, my mate.
I would raid North London, and I'm really torn between Son or Kane. I think I'd probably lean towards Kane but I feel like there's not many players in the league that I'm not jealous in a horrible way, jealous in a nice way, because I look at those players and I'm like, man, it must feel good to have those players. Pretty much like how everyone looks at our entire squad. Like, it must be nice to have those guys.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think about Kane and Son, and I just think, I'm not even gonna lie, Spurs are lucky to have both of those two players. As I said, I probably slightly lean towards Kane because Kane's more of a goal scorer, and I just think, even though Kane's showing I can do everything, drop deep, play mate, he's out here doing a Kevin De Bruyne and an Alan Shearer. What are we talking about? Maybe one of the best players the Prem's ever seen. Just because his name's Harry Kane, it doesn't mean that that's not a possibility. Like, people seem to look down on him because he's just Harry Kane, and you know what I mean, he's not the best looking guy and all that crap. But this guy is a phenomenal player. And I think, imagine if he actually had Mane and Salah, plus Thiago, plus Henderson, plus Bobby, plus Jota, all playing in and around him, just constantly supplying him with the ball in the box.
The assists that he would get. Oh, you hear Harry Kane say, yeah, right, so, you know, I just got Mane and Salah. And yeah, the boss just told me I just got to score goals, and that's all I got to do, really. I love Liverpool. Maybe one day we'll go there. I'll speak to Sonny first and see if I can ratify that move. Whether Daniel Levy has it or not, I don't know, mate. So yeah, we'll see how it goes.
And you want to know what's even better about Kane is, I think Kane, and again, people are going to think I'm just on like a Kane loving, but I just genuinely do rate him this highly. I think he's the closest player in world football to Lewandowski. And if you see what Lewandowski did under Klopp, and what's Kane, 27? So if you took Kane now and put him under Klopp for the next 5 or 6 years, we already know what would happen, because we saw what Lewandowski turned into under Klopp at Dortmund. And we're a better team than Dortmund. So it would be ridiculous. So I love the Mbappes and all these other guys. That they do sound good. I just think if Harry Kane played for Liverpool, it'd be a different level. It'd be ridiculous. It wouldn't even be fair, to be honest.
The only thing is injuries, Drift. That's the only downside with Kane is injuries.
I know.
But another thing as well about Harry Kane, that like it's mad the way that the perspective has just changed completely, because you have just named 3 different players, like not literally different players, but I mean like 3 different types of players that I weren't even expecting to be dealing with when having this conversation. So now my head's a lot more scrambled. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like I'm very set on choosing Haaland, but I understand the points about Lautaro Martinez and Harry Kane. I wouldn't choose Harry Kane because, like what Callum mentions about the injuries, if it was guaranteed that he was going to play week in, week out, then it's a different story because he is serious when he plays. But Lautaro Martinez is another one. I think he adds so much to the squad. Mbappe, Matt, you make a great point about the versatility that he has to offer. I'm just going to throw in Haaland, though, because let me know if you think I'll be wrong, but I think we could, by the end of his career, and again, we're talking about it in time because he's just started, I think he could probably be looked at as the greatest striker that Europe's ever seen, with the way that he's going. And I know that we've only seen a bit of him so far, and that could be a bit reckless. It could be mad. I know what you're saying, but just hear me out. Have you seen his ratio? Have you seen his ratio?
It's mad. It's mad.
Yeah. It's different. Mad. Like, that kid shoots. Like, do you know if Bobby Firmino spent 10 minutes with him? I reckon he probably scored way more goals than what he's doing. And I love Firmino, by the way. I love Firmino. That's not a shot in the slightest. I'm just saying, though, when a kid is scoring the amount of goals that he's getting from his shots on target, that's just that. And at that age as well, in any team, he was doing it at Salzburg. He was doing it in the Champions League for Salzburg with Minamino. He was doing it for Dortmund. This kid was just inevitably going to start scoring goals. It was just for who. And I would love that at Liverpool Football Club. Guaranteed goals under Jurgen Klopp for the next 10 to 15 years? Yes, please.
I'm not gonna lie, James, because of what you said about Mane, I'm tempted to go and put a little bet down at the shop now and just guarantee my family's generational wealth.
Called it, bro.
Listen, lads, I'm gonna claim the Mane one. I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna claim the Mane one.
I tell you what about Haaland. I didn't realize Haaland was as quick as he is. I'll be honest. He's actually a lot quicker than I thought he was, which kind of means you get an all-round player with him. Because you know what it is. We had a conversation about a month ago on the channel, And these guys were bigging up Haaland. And again, I don't think he's a bad player or anything, but I thought, let me just watch this guy a little bit closer to see what these guys are talking about, because everyone's talking about this guy like he's actually on Mbappe's level. Let me just really go and watch this guy and just see. And I must admit, he does have more to his game than I thought he did. I thought he was just a big, strong, kind of Drogba type player. But he's actually very quick across the ground. I didn't realise how quick he was across the ground. So I don't think we'd do badly with any of the players we've mentioned, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
So,
For real.
you know what I mean? Let's hope one of our fantasies come true, innit?
Oh, mate, any one of them signings I'm taking. Any one of them signings.
Any one of them. I'll take any one of them.
Mine is the least realistic, because Harry Kane probably wouldn't come to Liverpool. But you know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand what you're saying there. I think I'd just choose Haaland over Kane as well, because even though Kane's arguably the best player out of them at the minute, based on current form, I think Haaland's just got the years over him, and the goals are probably arguably more. So it's just like, yeah, man, I'd love Haaland at Liverpool. But like I said, any of them players. Go on, then we'll talk about the 1 free agents and then the realistic signing. Before we do, though, boys, you've got a show at 7 with a very special guest. Tell people where to go for that, obviously, and I'll whack that in the description as well right now. So,
go on, Drift.
Yeah, we have
Drifty Edwards.
Always working behind the
scenes.
One
and only stand-up comedian Kojo, massive Liverpool fan, coming on the channel at 7 today, and I'm not gonna lie, we're really excited, man. It's gonna be a pleasure to have him. And it should be a lot of fun, people. So make sure you come and join us at 7 o'clock on our channel.
Yeah, man. And that was to lead me into my next point, because we are approaching 6 o'clock and we've still got a quiz to do after this. I was just wondering if time's okay for you right now. Well, only another 10-20 minutes. Is that all right?
Yeah.
Make sure everyone goes over to that, though, because I know I'm going to be there, mate. And if you think I'm lying, watch me in the chat. Right, so we'll move into the next thing. Yeah, he's funny, that Kojo, mate. I'm mad. I'm definitely going to be there. One free agent signing, and then Callum, I want to start with you. I'm really interested to see how you thought this. And when you talk about a free player, I know there's not world-class players available there, but this, with the injury crisis that we're in, mate, we could probably take 1 or 2.
Yeah, I'm gonna go purely based on nostalgia, because when he left, he never got to lift the Premier League trophy, and he still is without a club right now. I'm taking Sturridge back, just so he can lift the Premier League trophy potentially.
Stole my guy.
I was watching some highlights of him the other day, and it breaks my heart because he never got to accomplish what he should have because of the injuries.
Oh, that 13-14.
Such a shame.
That 13-14.
Bro,
good. Him and Suarez.
Do you know what it is?
Goodness me.
This is a bold statement, but I'm going to say it anyway. If Daniel Sturridge never has the injuries that obviously, led to his Liverpool career being over quicker than it should have, he goes down as one of the best forwards in Europe. Easy. I think he's in the conversation for top 3.
Yeah.
So see how we talk about, for example, like Haaland right now, or even Kane or Mbappe. He's at that level. Daniel Sturridge did not miss anything. There was nothing that he didn't have. He had pace, he had skill, he had intelligence. He had it all. Mate. It was just the injuries. And let's not forget. What's that? Sorry, Cal?
Both feet as well.
Yeah, bro. Listen, Daniel Sturridge was clutch. I love that guy, bro. Like, seriously. Like, that's... For me, he will always be a legend. For me, anyway.
He's probably the most natural finisher we've had at the club since Robbie Fowler, probably.
To be fair, I understand what you're saying.
He's up there. He's up there. I think he's up there. He's up there. He's definitely up there, 100%.
He's got some serious contenders with him. But I know what you said. You said natural ability. But again, we've been blessed with strikers. So
yeah,
that's a mad conversation, to be fair. We might need to think about talking about that one day. So, Drift, who would you go with as your free agent? You two have gone with Sturridge.
But James, sorry to cut you. Did you say you had a list, actually? You said you had a list, I remember.
Oh, yeah, actually, let me throw it. I was going to do that once I asked Drift. I was going to throw it.
Okay.
To maybe change your mind.
The list would help me out as well, if I'm being honest.
Man. Yeah, so just a few players then. Daniel Sturridge, Alexandre Pato, Subasic, and Aurelio Gomez, Ashley Williams, Gerrard, Jack Wilshere. May I go on?
You know what? I tell you what, Jack Wilshere, so we can put him in the basement where he belongs, because these Arsenal fans told us for so many years that he was the best player of all time. And right now, his career seems a bit like a griffin, mystical, magical. It's not real. You know what I mean? So, listen. No, honestly, how many years?
Put him in the basement.
How many years did we hear Arsenal fans tell us Jack Wilshere was the best midfielder?
Yeah, you are from London, so you would have heard a lot more of that from the Arsenal.
Yeah. I will say this, yeah. Sorry, this is your time. I'll say it after. Go on. Sorry, bro.
You should. No, I was just gonna say, see, Pato, he's the one that upsets me the most, because I remember when he burst on the scene, and I thought I was gonna have my new Ronaldo and my new little young Brazilian, that I was gonna be able to like transition my love from the big Ron into this little Brazilian, and I don't know what happened to his career. I don't know what happened to his career, man. Mad. It's really sad, man. How
injuries
his career panned
out. Bad chronic injuries, bro.
I saw that, and I was like, the only reason why I wouldn't go with Pato was because Sturridge is there. So like, it's one of them. But good comment here though. Subasic is a backup goalkeeper. That's why I threw Subasic in there. And it's I wanted to ask you the question, because if we are allowed a 1 free signing for Christmas, one being a backup goalkeeper, like he's a sound backup goalkeeper. I thought maybe that could have raised a few eyebrows and asked a few questions if maybe you'd want to choose him.
I mean, I probably would go with Daniel Sturridge for sentimental value, and I love him. Subasic isn't a bad shout though. It's not bad, because let's be honest. Again, I'm not going to keep shading him anymore. But even if you just let Adrian go and you brought in Subasic because it's a free signing, and then you make Adrian a free agent, he's a way more improved player to have on the bench than Adrian. So why not? If he's free, why not? I'm sure he'd take the same wages Adrian's on and whatnot. And what was really telling yesterday as well is when Klopp was doing his interview, Klopp said that the main reason he picked Kelleher was for his distribution. I thought we bought Adrian for his distribution. So to me, I don't know what's going on here.
Bro, honestly, I'll be honest with you.
I don't know what's going on
here.
I don't think anyone does.
Yeah, that's Klopp's way of saying I'm not happy with him. And you're right, he did buy for his distribution. And I just think he's shown the games that he's played, he can't handle the pressure. Bro, how many times have we seen where Adrian's got a clear ball and he kicks it at the opposition? I remember against who was it, Cal?
Danny
no, the one with Gomez. Was that the
Ajax first game
of Ajax? Well, Gomez, he kicked the ball he tackled Gomez. Gomez looked at him like, bro, like, what's wrong with you? Like, you know, he gave him that look like,
Gomez
are you okay?
He was pissed.
Yeah. It's like, are we on the same team? Are you my boy or do you know what I mean? Are we cool? It was a bit mad.
You know that brother who's late to work every single day, and he's not even good at his job, and everyone keeps thinking, how has he not been sacked? What? Have you got nudes on the manager? How is he still here?
Yeah, that's right. So yeah, I think I'd go with Sturridge as well, to be fair, for nostalgic reasons. But that being said, if I did see a few bad performances from Kelleher and it didn't look like Liverpool wanted to go and spend any money, then I'll take a Subasic. He's experienced. He might be old, but for a goalkeeper, usually they have a bit more of a longer time in the game. Right then, realistic signing. We'll jump over this because I want to get into the quiz with you boys. I don't want to keep you too long. So realistic signing. Few examples. Per shares could be one of them. We've been linked with him loads. David Alaba. Even though we're not looking like we're going to go directly in for him, it's a player we could sign. If I think at least with the situation he's got at Bayern and the fact that if we wanted him, I feel like we're Liverpool, we could go and get him. I'll even accept like an Upamecano, even though it's January and whatnot, and it probably wouldn't happen. I feel like if Liverpool really wanted it, they could make it happen. So them type of signings. Callum, we'll go with you first.
Alaba for me.
Alaba.
Yeah, it's just like Matt and Drift know how much I rave about Alaba. He covers so many positions. He can cover centre back. He can cover left back. He can cover centre midfield. Yeah. Emergency. He can cover up top on the left hand side of a 3 and in an absolute emergency. And he just brings that experience. And he's a winner. He's a winner. He doesn't stop winning. And having that mentality in the squad is always a good thing. So for me, it's the Alaba.
Yeah, Matt.
I'm torn between two people, Upamecano and Jason. I think it's Jason Koundé from Sevilla.
Jules Koundé.
Yeah, Jules. Sorry, Jules,
Yeah,
not
yeah.
Jason. Jules. I like both of them, but I think if I'm thinking about someone with bigger performances, it probably is Upamecano. Now, I know you did say would Life big selling, but I think if Liverpool was to pay that premium, they would. And not even that, Liverpool probably looking when it hits the summer. He's got a release clause, I believe, of 40 million euros. There's going to be loads of teams that are going to be after him. So it'll be smart of Liverpool to, even if it means, maybe I'm cheating here. You agree to sign him, but he doesn't actually come until the summer. But you've agreed the deal, so we still wouldn't get the player, but you've agreed that, so he comes in the summer. But I think whether you get him in January or the summer, that's the guy you go and get, because we can't rely on our centre backs. Unfortunately, at the moment, Gomez does get injured too much, and unfortunately, so does Matip. You have to put them both in cotton wool. So
Yeah,
I'll go with Upamecano.
face. Drift.
People are going to say I'm not being realistic, but if my club was serious, it would be realistic. I'm still sticking with Koulibaly. Someone just needs to go rescue this man.
I knew you were going to say that.
Just rescue him from Napoli. That's all it needs. Just somebody go and rescue him from Napoli, man. Just, you know what I mean? And now I've seen how good our defense has been, even though, you know, it's not the best without Van Dijk. I feel like if Koulibaly had to play next to Firmino or Matip, would be back to who we were. And then if you get the Koulibaly and the Van Dijk partnership once that's back, then so be it. So I'm still on a Koulibaly. I think if the club was serious and they really negotiated and put a package together that made Napoli think, you know, we might as well. His contract is obviously getting more and more down. He is getting older.
Yeah.
Let's just do this. I still think that's a deal that should be tried to be done.
Fair enough then. If I had to choose one as well, I'm not going to lie, I'm on the same lines as Callum myself. I think David Alaba, just the you know, winner, versatile, could really do with him right now. Will bring a different dimension to the team in terms of what he adds to the squad, not the starting 11, the squad. He's just a top-class player. And there's going to be so many teams wanting to get him because he's even in the last year of his contract and there's a situation with his thing. But people, let's get into the quiz. This is what I've been waiting for, boys. That was a good little segment. It got me brain working. I love to have them type of conversations, especially with Liverpool fans. And I'd love to get you on more to have them type of conversations. But I'm not going to lie, the number one reason why I wanted you on here today to do a little quiz and see what reactions we could get. You know what I mean, boys? This will be interesting.
Look at Callum. Look at Callum.
Let's go.
Let's go. Callum loves his quiz, man, boy.
A background for people who don't watch Team Kopish, and if you do, by the way, people, if you just click on Team Kopish in the title, it'll just send you to their channel. It won't take you away from the stream. Go and subscribe to them, and go and support them because they are boss, mate. But when it comes to this quiz, I'm not gonna lie, I'd say Callum's the favourite, but that makes it more exciting in the sense that if Drift or Matt can take this, then that's exciting. So if
it won't happen, James. It won't happen. Look how smart. Look at him.
Don't write yourself.
No, when it comes to the memory thing, Carl's on a different level. But you know what? You never know. You never know, because
I'm not gonna lie. If you get the right guesses and Callum just has a bit of a funky moment in his brain, you don't know, boys.
Yeah, let's see if we can do a Redmond versus Lewis here. Let's go.
That's okay. I'm excited for this. Okay, so we've got a few questions. So the first question being, and this is whoever gets the closest, to keep in mind. If you've all got your piece of paper, your pens, your stuff like that.
Yeah.
I've got your names written down here, so I'll keep up with the scores. So whoever gets closest to. So the best player in the world, Sadio Mane, has played 185 games since joining Liverpool. This is in all competitions. How many goal contributions does he have? The person who gets the closest gets the point. And if
this is all competitions, yeah?
All competitions, goal contributions, 185 games for Liverpool.
Gee, that's a tough one, actually.
That's what I mean, lad. These aren't ones that you should just know off by heart, and if you did, then you're an alien, bro.
Right, we'll just write it down for now, yeah? We'll just write down the answers for now, yeah?
Yeah. Just write down the answers and let me know.
Give me like 30 seconds.
No, think.
Excuse me, mate. You don't make up the rules.
Is that up in 185? Oh, geez, that's actually tough.
I'm counting down in my head. We'll do 10 more seconds. But I won't do the out loud though. I'll read a few of the comments and get a few of the comments up while you're answering.
For some reason, Matt looks quietly confident right now. He knows.
No, I'm just asking if Cal's all right.
Yeah.
No, you look confident.
That one threw me. I'm not going to lie.
How am I going to know the answer? Right, I'm mad at putting pressure on me now, you know.
Right. Have you got your answer written down, boys?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Turn your papers round and say your answer out loud as well. So, Callum.
I've gone for 73.
73 goal contributions in 185 games.
Yeah.
Okay. Matt.
I've gone for 110.
Okay. And Drift.
I've gone for 128.
Drift gets the point. Oh! Right. So, Drift, you get the point. You said 128. He's 5 goals away. Mane in 185 games has had 123 goal contributions, 86 of them being goals, 37 assists as well.
Do you know what? I was going to say 120, but even still, you still would have got it right, Drift. Well played.
I massively undersold
And this is what I'm saying. Callum was the furthest one away.
Yeah,
this could be open. This could be an open competition, boys. Oh,
here's the thing I'm most annoyed about out of that. Is a disrespect to Mane that Callum thought he was in the double digits.
I agree to this. Jeez, lad, not enough. He's missed a whole digit off the thing, lad. He said 2 numbers, you know. He said 2 numbers in 185 games.
No, I've had a mare there. I think the pressure's getting to me.
Don't worry, Cal. You got this.
The pressure's getting to you. The pressure's getting to you.
That's fun. So, Bobby Firmino. Callum.
Oh, I can't get this one wrong.
Bobby signed in 2015. How many games has Bobby Firmino played for Liverpool FC? And for a bonus point, and by the way, you've got to get the closest to the amount of games. And for a bonus point, how many goal contributions has Bobby Firmino had since joining the club?
Is this all competitions, yeah?
All competitions.
Me.
I'll let you know how many. 206. Oh, wait, no, I've just gave it away. How many games? I was trying to think because of the last one as well. I'm dumb, lads. Oh, that was going to be
Don't worry, we'll do another question. We'll skip
we won't even skip it. You can guess the goal contributions, but you was playing for 2 points. Now you're playing for 1. Goal contributions.
Can I be honest? I was going to say 240 games. So I think I was quite close there still.
What are you trying to get the point, Drift?
I was actually trying to get the point, you know.
Trying to get the point, bro.
Yeah, James, I think I was going to say the same thing, you know, bro.
I'm stupid, man.
So,
I'm very stupid.
So we're talking goal contributions for Bobby.
Goal contributions. And now that I've gave away the answer, 260 games, how many goal contributions has he had in that time?
All right.
I've got mine.
Dun, dun.
Hold on 1 second. Let me think.
Dun, dun. Dun, dun. Dun, dun.
Can you see the sweat pouring down Callum's face?
He can't handle the pressure, bro.
No. Hold on.
It's becoming too much for this guy.
I've gone for one here.
Right, Callum, reveal your answer, boys.
127.
127 goal contributions. Matt?
I've gone for 90.
90 goal contributions. Drift?
76.
Flipping cheap. What? That's cheeky.
Right. So, the person closest was Callum, as Bobby Firmino has 142 goal contributions.
Is it that high?
You are taking liberties, bro.
42, 80 goals, 62. No, wait there, sorry. 80 goals, 62 assists.
Right.
I downplayed Bobby.
I downplayed it. I was
you have.
way off. I just about got his goals in there, bro.
Libbies. You know what? Bobby knows anyway. Bobby knows anyway. Bobby knows.
Yeah. Right.
Bobby knows.
So
Matt,
got...
we know what we did there.
Of course, bro.
Yeah, I'm sure you guys did.
It's your guy, bro. It's your guy. We can't shut you and your guy down.
Sure
We
you
can't
did.
make you
Sure
look
you did.
silly. It's your guy.
It's your guy, bro. Let's move. Nah, next one, I'm getting this one. We move now. Watch. Come, let's put the pressure on him now. Let's put the pressure on Callum. Let's put the pressure on him.
Drifty's on one, Callum is on one, Matt is on none. We move
All
on
right.
to the next question.
Don't worry. We'll see,
Right,
Cal.
get on this as well, please. Naby Keita has played 68 games since joining Liverpool.
Is that it?
How many goals has he scored?
The disrespect. But you know what? It's cool. No. We move.
By the way, I just want to give everyone a background. Matt and Drift have this mad argument on a daily basis on their show, and it involves, who does it involve? It involves
Ox and Keita.
Ox, Keita, Origi thrown in there sometimes if I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
So right,
Disrespect.
so in 68 games, how many goals has Naby Keita scored for Liverpool in all competitions once again? If you get the same answer, then we'll just give both a point.
Oh no, hold on.
And now you know that we're rolling like a down. Even though you know it's down. Now.
I'm gonna be fuming if I get this wrong, bro.
Loving the chat for you there, boys. Loving the chat for you there. So, reveal your answers, boys. Right, Callum, start.
I've gone for 8.
Okay, so Callum's gone for 8. Drifty,
12.
12, and Matt.
You said just goals, right? Or goals and assists?
Just goals by
6.
itself. 6. Right, Callum, what did you say?
8.
And okay, right. So the point goes to Callum and Matt because he scored 7.
I knew it.
Bruv, do you want to know something? James, look at that. Look at my paper. I scribbled out the 7 and put the 6, you know?
I knew it. I knew it. I thought I might have missed one.
It's one of them ones, these quizzes, boys. It's one of them ones. Yeah. Now we move on to the next one. So for people not knowing the scores, Callum is on 2. Matt is on 1 and Drifty is on 1. So we've got a few more questions as well. I should have wrote down more, man. Divock Origi came in to light after his appearances in the 2014 World Cup, which led to Liverpool ended up signing the at the time 19-year-old striker. But how many goals has he scored for his national team in 29 games? In 29 games, how many goals has Divock Origi scored for his national team? And that's not starts, that's just overall appearances. So let that influence your brain as well.
I'm going to have to guess this one.
This is it's got to be a guess.
Yeah, that'd be guessing. I'm not going to lie to you. I've got the power of Google.
This is a rough guess, boy.
It's a great thing, Google, you know, boys.
Rough guess.
It's nice.
I'm more upset with myself for being generous to Naby, but we move.
No, yeah, Trip said 12 goals.
Don't worry, Trip. Just wait.
I was thinking assist.
Oh, fair enough. Callum, reveal your answer, man.
All right, I've gone for, can you see it? 11.
11. Okay, and Drift.
5.
And Matt.
I've gone for 7.
And the winner, who gets the point? Drifty! He gets the question right about his point. He gets the question. By the way, he never got it nailed on. He just got the closest. Divock Origi has scored 3 goals in 29 games for Belgium.
Oh,
I gave him way more credit.
Same, man.
Yeah, I thought you would have. That's why I gave you that question. Yeah, it was a bit mad that. I thought he was going to have a few more in 29 games as well. And I understand he doesn't start them games, but you would think he bag in and chip in with a few more goals
Yeah.
for the players that he's
100%,
playing
yeah,
around
bro.
as well. De Bruyne, Hazard,
He-
Lukaku.
he's the most disrespected striker in the
Oh,
world, but
here we
someone
go.
will give him a chance.
Oh my
Here we
God.
go.
Yeah, I remember
This is
I
why
came
when
on
you
your
talk about
show.
Keita, I just shut off, bro.
Yeah,
like
I
that.
remember I came
I
on
just
your
shut
show and I made the slightest remark, and it weren't even disrespecting Origi. I think I just said something like, I don't even know what I said. I think I said something that was fair enough. I think I said, like, he's just not good enough to be our starting striker. And Drift was like, looked at me like, he like his perspective changed on me, bro. And I was like, whoa, Drift, you were sound before, mate. You fucking shit before. And I was looking at me with these devil eyes, lad, like, what, lad, what are you saying?
We know the feeling, James. We know the feeling, bro.
We
Yeah,
get it all the time, bro. All the time. All the time, bro.
So the next question, and it's actually another question about your man, Drifty Origi. Who was the team that Origi got his first goal against for Liverpool FC? Now, wait, this is a multiple choice question. Multiple choice. So, his first ever goal, so it can be in any competition as well. It's not Premier League goal, it can be Champions League goal, whatever. First ever goal for Liverpool. A, Southampton. B, Aston Villa. C, West Brom. Or D, Stoke City. Who did he get his first goal against?
Could you repeat those, please, James?
A, Southampton. B, Aston Villa. C, West Brom. Or D, Stoke City. And I don't know if you're trying to find like a little crack in my voice to try and find the right answer.
No, I'm not.
Nah, Callum
I'm
just
torn.
comes across as one of them people.
I'm torn between two.
If you need me to say it again, just let me know. I'll give you a bit more time to process.
Yeah, say it one more time, James. One more time.
Yeah, to be honest, you're giving Cal time to go on the internet. Look.
Yeah,
oh, do me a break.
He wouldn't ruin the show.
What you supposed to say? Do me a favour.
I got torn in. I'm shocked at the disrespect. Drifty knows my memory bank's strong.
Man said, "Do me a break," you know.
Yeah.
A Southampton, B Aston Villa, C West Brom, D Stoke City. I'm gonna have 10 more seconds.
Oh, it's sat at the two. I know the two you're thinking of, Cal. I know the two you're thinking of. We'll talk about
What
it
two am I
after.
thinking
I'm
of?
gonna be really disappointed.
We'll talk about after.
It's wrong. I'm not gonna lie.
I think I might have got it wrong because
He's ready.
Yeah.
Sweet. Go on then, Callum.
Southampton.
Okay.
Southampton.
Matt. Drift, if you gone with Southampton, Matt.
Southampton.
That is a point for everyone. Congratulations, boys. Well done.
And it is either Southampton or Stoke.
Yeah.
Am I correct in believing he got 2 in that game?
Hat-trick.
By the way, yeah. He got it. It was a 6-1 win in the League Cup quarterfinals against
Sturridge
Southampton.
scored 2 as well.
Yeah, and by the way, them games that I chose as the A, B, C, or D, they were actually his first 4 games, like running for Liverpool as well. So it would have got your mind a bit more confused about it.
Do you guys remember who scored the other goal in that 6-1 game?
Oh, we are. Here we go, boys.
I just said Daniel Sturridge.
I'm waiting for.
Hold on. No, because he's trying it. He's trying it.
It was Brad Smith. It was Brad Smith who gave me 6. It was Brad Smith.
Yeah.
No. Jordan Ibe scored.
Sturridge scored 2. Sturridge scored 2.
Jordan Ibe got the other one.
Yeah, that's correct.
We got 2. We got 2 6 goal thrillers that season. We got Southampton, and then in the league a few weeks later we got Wolves. Origi scored in both games. Not Wolves, Watford.
Origi's that guy. That's why.
Yeah, Origi
he is, man.
And when Origi first came in, Funes Mori's a twat, you know. Do you know the way we look at your that's the way we've got to look at Funes Mori.
100%.
Yeah.
We could have got a hell of a striker there out of Origi.
Set him back so far.
Oh, it's a shame, man. It's a shame. He'll have to be in that conversation. Maybe not as much as Sturridge and them ones, but like he'll have to be in that conversation for a striker who definitely didn't reach his thing because he scored in big games since the minute he's got into the club. So here's the scores: 3 for Callum, 2 for Matt, 2 for Drifty. I'm going to make this next question a 2-pointer. So because
I've got
I missed
3,
out
Jay.
on the Firmino.
Nah, Drifty's on 3. Drifty's on 3.
Yeah, Drift's on 3. Yes, them 3 have got 3. I've got 2.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't want
sorry,
to potentially win and then people say the scores
Nah,
were rigged.
you're
I
right.
want I want to win
You're right.
without controversy.
Yeah, it's because my pen's mashed up, lads. So I didn't go down on the paper thing properly. But next question's going to be for 2 points. Okay.
Okay.
So, how many penalties has James Milner scored since joining Liverpool? A, 15, B, 17, C, 19, or D, 24?
Sorry, say those again. Sorry, James.
So, how many penalties has James Milner scored for Liverpool? This is for 2 points. A, 15 goals from the penalty spot. B, 17. C, 19. Or D, 24 goals from the penalty spot.
Sorry. One more time, James. Sorry.
A, 15 goals.
Yeah.
B, 17 goals. C,
Yeah.
19 goals. D,
Yeah.
24 goals.
And this is all comps, yeah?
All competitions, penalty spot. For Liverpool only. For Liverpool only.
So I know. It's out of the two, you know.
Ran. I have no pressure because it's not on me.
I'm gonna be upset if I don't get this one right as well.
I think.
Yeah,
I know what's gonna
kick
happen.
yourself, Mr. Jimmy Milner. You ready, boys? Have you got your answer or are you still debating?
No, I've got my answer.
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Drift, do you want to go first this time?
17.
How many? 17. Okay, Matt
19.
and Callum.
19.
So,
Go on. I think I've done it.
Callum has got that one right.
Come on! How did I get it right as well?
Nah, Matt, because you said the same answer. So
Undefeated, baby. Undefeated.
What did man say? I'm coming back, bro. We move.
Right,
Coming back now.
This is the point. So Callum's on 5 now, Matt's on 4, and Drifty is on 3.
Come on, let's bring it home.
We've still got a question left. And do you know what? To make it all the more exciting, I'm going to make this one a 3-pointer because it's difficult. It's difficult. And even if you know you've got it, it's so close to the point where you just can't be confident on this one. So, the ultimate last question of the quiz. Callum's in the lead at the moment, but this is for 3 points. Coutinho played 201 games for Liverpool. Fernando Torres played... carry on, there's an add-on. Coutinho played 201 games for Liverpool. Torres played 142 games for Liverpool, all competitions, by the way. Who has more goal contributions?
Oh,
boys, I feel sorry for you because this is not an easy question. It's 50-50, but it's not an easy question.
Hold on.
Woo.
Is there any like A, B, C, and D?
No.
Goal contributions, yeah?
No. Yeah, goal contributions, goals and assists, my friend.
Oh, gosh, James, man. This is a mad one.
I know.
I already know. I got it still.
I'm going with my gut.
Man's got this still.
All competitions or just Prem?
All competitions, baby. All competitions, baby.
Man, this is a mad
But then
one.
again, he would have got the more.
Do you want me to tell you how many games they played again?
No, I've got it. Coutinho 201 and Torres was 142.
Yeah, man.
The thing is, it's kind of like a. All right, hold on, let me think.
The only clue I'm going to give you is that it's close. It's close.
It's mad close.
I know it is.
It's mad close. But I think.
Don't say anything, Matt.
No, I'm not. I'm just thinking.
Give me 1 minute, Jake. I'm actually trying to work out what they did in seasons.
This is the last question. So
I'm sorry, but we're not. This isn't a pub quiz. Why does Callum keep asking for too much time?
He wants to
I'm trying. I'm actually. If you see the notes I'm doing, I'm actually trying to mark down the goals that Torres got.
this is
in each
the
season.
No, it's not the goals, Cal. Because if it's the goals, that's easy.
I know. But if I can work out goals, then I can start to figure out assists
and
as
you're
well.
getting too much time to work this
Yeah,
out.
I'm gonna
You
give
just
you.
want
I'm
me to
gonna have
lose,
to
Drift?
rush you a little bit. I am gonna have to.
No,
rush you a little
there's
bit.
too much time.
Drift, you're
time.
distracting him, no, though, mate. So, Callum, I'll give
Yeah,
you.
you are technically. Yeah, you're right. You're right,
20
James.
seconds.
You're right, James.
20 seconds, my mate.
I've got it.
For it. Right, Matt got his answer, Drift. Right, we'll
I got this right. If not, I'm good. I need the 3 points,
listen,
bro. I need to
anyone
beat
can
Cal.
still win. Anyone can still win.
Bro.
Anyone. Like, if Callum gets this wrong, it's mad.
You don't want to win this for yourself now, Matt. You just want to beat me.
I just want to beat you.
Right,
The
right, I
revenge.
need your
It's
answers.
revenge, bro.
Writing is finished. Writing is finished. And oh yeah, you've got a little thing as well. This is massive. This is huge. This is a big moment. This is a massive moment, people. People who are watching this live, this is intense because anyone can win this. This is a 3-pointer. So I asked the lads the question. Coutinho has played 201 games. Torres has played 142 games. But who has more goal contributions for Liverpool FC? I want to start off with what Drifty has had to say.
Coutinho.
Okay. And then we go with Matt.
Torres.
Ooh, one each. And Callum.
I've gone with Fernando Coutinho. No, I'm joking.
Fair enough.
I've gone with Fernando Torres.
Fernando Torres. Right. So, ladies, gentlemen, it's been a great show.
I can't win because he's put the
been a
same
great
answer
show.
as me.
Boys, have you enjoyed your time on James Redmond TV? That's been
Yeah,
100%.
it depends on it depends on what answer you give now, James.
It's true, bro.
Before I give you the answer, he's going to come back on soon and be a laugh, have another one of these maybe.
Yeah, definitely.
100%.
Well,
100%.
again, it depends on what you say, James. I've got to be honest.
His reputation's on the line, bro. His
Yeah,
reps
it
on the
is,
line
it is.
still. His reps on the line.
So, Callum and Matt have gone for Torres.
Oh,
And Drifty has gone for Coutinho. The winner of the whole competition, and the one who got this answer correct, Callum!
come on!
You got lucky. You got lucky. You got lucky.
If you bet your money, you bet
James, can I tell you something? Should I tell you why I went deep? I went deep.
Come
Look at the stats, yeah. 201. James, tell me if I got this right, yeah. Coutinho got, I think, 52 or 54 goals, right?
Mm.
Coutinho got 52 or 54 goals, right?
54 goals.
Yeah, and Torres got 69, right?
In all competitions, Torres got 81.
Okay. Put like this. When I realised and saw 52, I thought there's no way Coutinho would have caught up that much. There's no way.
Yeah.
Like, it was close, but I just didn't think it was that close. So I was like, no, it's got to be Torres. Has to be. But no, well played, Carl.
Well,
Let me tell you how close this was. Callum, before we give you your moment to achieve, because you are first place on the quiz today, let me tell you how close this was. Coutinho, 99 goal contributions, 54 goals, 45 assists. Fernando Torres, 101 goal contributions,
Jeez.
81 goals, 20 assists.
Ooh, that's close to it. Yeah, shoot.
That's a lot closer than I thought it was.
Would be what would get Coutinho above him, to be honest. But
I understand, and the thing is that, like, even though there is obviously a wrong answer there, it's like you can't have a go at anyone for getting that wrong because it is literally razor thin. Oh,
2 goals.
Well, Callum, take the floor, mate. You are the champion.
I just want to thank Jesus, my Lord and Savior. I want to thank my family. I want to thank Team Kopish. Without them, I wouldn't be here today. These guys helped me to be a stronger me. So without them, I couldn't reach the pinnacle that I'm at now. So I just said, thank you guys. You pushed me to the limit. Thank you.
I love that. Legends, boys. Make sure again, once more, go and subscribe to Team Kopish. They're an absolute laugh, mate. And obviously, you get all the content you want here. But if you enjoy my content, make sure you go over there because you will most certainly enjoy theirs. Boys, like I said, you're live at 7, aren't you, with Kojo? So make sure people, you go over there onto their channel. And once again, boys, massively appreciate you coming on because
bro.
I love
anytime,
pleasure,
bro.
man.
Appreciate it, man.
Honestly,
We love what you do as
Been a
well,
lot
bro.
of fun.
Yeah, man.
Legends. And everyone who came into the stream is legends as well. So thank you for coming in. Leave a like, subscribe, and we will see you all later. Peace out, people.
That's one.
Peace.